In this video, we're talking about how to hire salespeople and build a great sales team. Hey everybody, I'm Mike Claudio, owner of WinRate Consulting and host of the Big Stud Podcast. I have been in sales my entire career, literally since I was 19 years old. I got my first job at Verizon Wireless. I've worked retail, I've worked B2B, I've worked in-home, I've worked, I've sold roofing, I've sold remodeling, I've sold coaching now, I've sold technology, I've sold to government, I've sold all over the place. And I've learned so many great lessons about building, hiring, training salespeople. I'm gonna try to give you as much as I can in a short amount of time on this video. But if you have more questions, if you need help with this process, we're literally hands-on in your business. This is what WinRate does as a company. I have 6 coaches on the team now. It's not just me anymore. We're helping over 100 contractors throughout the country doing what we do to help them get their business next level. So if you need help specifically hands-on beyond what's in this video, I'd love a conversation with you. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at WinRate Consulting or jump to the website, winrateconsulting.com, fill it out. We'll talk to you. We'll see what we can do to help you, because I think this is one of the key parts of scaling a successful company, no matter what industry. And if you don't have sales, you don't need operations. And without operations and sales, you don't make money. That's why we do what we do. So first step in understanding, when is the right time to hire a salesperson, I think is the first question that most people want to ask. And what I always tell people is when you get too busy doing the work to do the work that got you busy, right? So you got really busy doing sales. You're out there networking, prospecting, sending out proposals. You close a bunch of business, and now you're in the home doing the work. Now you can't do the work that got you busy, right? You can't do the sales calls. You can't do the prospecting. So the minute you get so busy doing the work that you can't do the work that got you busy, that's like a term I use all the time. I know it kind of sounds funny, but that's when it's time to hire somebody. So what does that look like? First thing you want to do is you want to recruit. One of the key attributes, I think, of a quality salesperson is a competitive nature. I'm big on hiring, ex-athletes, military. Those type of people have been through the world of struggle and hustle and do the work and do the work and do the work, whether you get the results you want or not. It's about the process. It takes time, set targets, achieve them, overachieve them. Those are people that generally get that. So I definitely look for ex-athletes primarily, because they understand the concept of working towards a bigger goal and overachieving on targets. So figure that out. I like using things like social media. I think is better right now for recruiting than the typical job boards like Indeed or Monster or LinkedIn, because look, the best people in the marketplace aren't looking for a job. That's just the truth. That's the scenario we're in right now. So I like highlighting my business on social media, talking about what we're doing to grow, talking about where we're going. I think it's one of the biggest underutilized recruiting tools that are out there, is you talking about your culture and your business and your growth and your plans and your mission and your vision, all those things that go into why you'd be a great place to work. Very few people talk about those things. Then obviously, I think in the interviewing process, it's important to test their skill sets. People can have success for a lot of different reasons. I think utilizing personality tests is super important. At WinRate, all of our clients have access to the personality test that we utilize for our clients. They can use that with their new hire stuff. We can help them understand the right personality traits of the perfect person for the role they're hiring for. But ultimately, you create the avatar, you recruit for the avatar, you judge the avatar, right? So you put them through the interview process. One of the biggest things I like asking in a sales interview is like, hey, if I gave you a prospect, or I gave you a list, or I let you go knock a neighborhood, whatever it is your process is, tell me how you would approach that. Because sometimes salespeople have success but don't really know how they got it. And I want to know that the person I'm hiring understands the process at which brought them success. Onboarding then is super important. That first 90 days, I'm big on 30, 60, 90s. What do you expect in the first 30 days, the first 60 days, the first 90 days, so that they understand they're ramping appropriately, you understand they're ramping appropriately. It makes it a lot easier to fire them at 90 days if they're not performing. One of the biggest mistakes I see is it's really hard to fire people because you don't really have a good onboarding process, so they don't know whether or not they're doing their job, and you don't know whether or not they're doing their job. So if you've gone through that whole process, you should be in a successful place to bring on a quality salesperson. Growing a quality sales team is just rinse and repeat. Once you have the process, document it, get it figured out, figure out the steps, figure out the questions, figure out the verbiage, figure out the system, the SOP that works, and just rinse and repeat. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Again, finding like-minded individuals, right? If you're looking for those avatars of the ex-athlete, you're putting them through a similar process, you're onboarding them similarly, you should have a group of like-minded people. To really grow a successful sales team over time, there's one key factor. I think it's the most important factor. Everybody on that team should see success on your mission. Like where you're going, what you're trying to build, what you're trying to do should excite them, and they should be able to see everything they want in their life along and being a part of your mission. Like if you're not trying to grow big, if you're trying, hey, we're trying to stay a couple $1 million, you're not going to keep the best salespeople around because they want to be a part of something impactful. They want to be a part of something bigger. So once you've done all that, you've rinsed and repeat, you got a few people on the team, make sure that you're continuing to give that message, give that story about where you're trying to take the company so that they stay excited about it. Then they can see the earnings, the potential life, the house, the cars, the vacations, everything they want, they need to see coming true on your mission, or they'll just bounce. They'll leave, go work for somebody else they believe is going to take them where they want to be. So a lot of information there very quickly. Again, if you need help with this, if you want to talk about it, if you want to figure out a way that WinRate can help you with our, getting hands-on in your world, helping you accomplish hiring salespeople and building a sales team, we would love the opportunity. Reach out, let's connect. Find me on Instagram at WinRate Consulting. Subscribe to the channel so you see more videos. Let's help you. Leave us a chance so that we can help you win fast and win often.